all about the money.
We were just discussing step 1 of money laundering, which is placement. That's the process of getting money from a crime scene into a bank. The next step, step 2, is called layering. That step involves moving money from place to place to place, and from company to company to company, in order to confuse people and to hide where the money started from. So, in the placement phase, we were talking about a bar, where gangsters come and they turn in their proceeds to the bartender, and the bartender takes it to the bank. Now that's not the bartender's money, but if he just starts cutting checks to the gangsters who are also his customers, people are going to be like, hey, that doesn't look right. So he needs to pass that money on pretty quickly, because gangsters are scary people, you don't want to hold on to their money, and he needs to do it in such a way that the gangsters are never going to lose control of that money. So how do they do this? Well, your gangsters, they set up a bunch of fake companies overseas, in the Caribbean, in Hong Kong, in Switzerland, wherever. They set up these fake companies, and these fake companies engage in fake business back and forth. They send each other invoices, and the money jumps from company to company to company, but no actual business transactions really take place. So maybe the gangster bar buys imaginary rum from a company in the Bahamas, which pays for imaginary consulting services from somebody in Switzerland. The money moves like that. When you move the money 2, 3, 20 times, it moves around so many times that nobody can tell anymore where it started from. And that is layering. The layering part of the process is sort of like the dark side of the moon. When the moon orbits the Earth, we always see the same side of it. The part we can't see, that's the dark side. If you launch a rocket around the moon, it's going to go around the dark side, and once it does, you lose sight of it. You can't say for sure what happens to it back there. There could be aliens who kidnap the rocket, replace it with an exact lookalike, and then launch that lookalike back to Earth. It's unlikely, but it's possible. Most likely, though, is that the rocket that comes back around the moon is the same rocket you saw disappear behind the moon. So these money transactions, they move the money around so much that you lose track of it. And once you lose sight of it, it's like it had gone behind the moon. And once it does, you just have to wait for it to come back around the dark side of the moon again. Because the criminal who committed the crime, he still wants the money. So you're looking for money that's going to land on the criminal's lap that matches the money that disappeared from the crime scene. And then you just have to connect the dots around that dark side of the moon. So that's step 2 of the money laundering process, layering. In the next step, integration, the rocket is going to come in for a landing, and the money will be reunited with the crook who started this whole money laundering process in motion.
It's all